your servants and handmaids will I pour out my spirit. This presentation on this history is actually evidence of God pouring out his spirit upon a group of young people. The oldest person on this team was 32 years old. That was James White. Ellen G. White was 26 years old. The youngest person on this team was a 14-year-old boy. And what I'm getting ready to share with you now is their story. Next slide. Young people driven by a dream. I just mentioned it. James White was 32 years old. Ellen White was 26. Lumen Maston, he was the printer. He was the man that did the printing. He was the one that set the type and printed those papers out. And then you have Annie Smith. Annie Smith wrote several of the hymns. Vaughn, do you remember the name of any of the hymns in our hymn book?
I think it's 400, but when you go in the back of the hymn book, it'll show you. Right in the back. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but Anna Smith and one written by Uriah Smith. He's there too.
Anna Smith was a brilliant, bright young woman. She was the sister of Uriah Smith. She was the oldest sister of Uriah Smith. They were very educated. They had jobs teaching and doing things in that particular field. But after the disappointment of 1844, they joined James and Ellen to begin to print that first paper, which was entitled Present Truth. And then you have Stephen, Belvin, and there was another name before Stephen, wasn't it? Take me back one. Sarah was Ellen White's sister. So Sarah and Stephen was family members that lived with James and Ellen White. Okay, take me to the next name. Oswald Stowell, that was another young man that did some preaching, but he worked with them. George Mandan, 21, Warren Bethel, 14, and George Byington, 20 years old. These young people are responsible for keeping the 3 Angels message intact for almost 14 years. Now let me take you back to this. After the disappointment of 1844, when our people was on that ascension rock waiting for Christ to come on October 27, 1844, and the next morning Christ had not came, they became so discouraged. Some of them had given away their monies, their property, and now they were being ridiculed by everyone who was watching them because they had said Christ was coming, and he had not come. So they scattered, they dispersed. But James and Ellen and these young people, John Loughborough, he the one that gave us the first tent evangelism crusade. He was the first evangelist for the Seventh-day Adventist organization, John Loughborough. John Nivens Andrew also was another great preacher. These are additional help that came by to help James and Ellen White. Laborious work. The work that they had to do was a very hard work. It was much hard work. It was difficult work. Poorly equipped operation. Virtually no wages. Don't turn it into you hear that. What motivates these young people? What kept them working day and night under those kinds of conditions? Poorly equipped. And it said barely no wages. They did not get paid a salary to do what they were doing. But they were committed to a cause. And they were willing to sacrifice everything that they had to accomplish that goal. Take me to the next. Their answer, if you were to ask them, what motivated you? What motivated you to sacrifice your life, your energy? And some of us, we go on, was terminally ill. But their answer would be the vision given to one among our members. And what was that vision? On page 1 of camcorder mission. On November 14, 1848, I was shown the proclamation sealed in message. And the duty of the brother was to print this present truth that was shot in the heart. light that went clear around the world. That was Ellen G. White's vision. These young people believe that vision. The thought of this Adventist truth reaching distant parts of the world, that's what motivated them. And what motivates us? What has motivated me for, how have I been to work? 28 years. What has motivated me for 28 years? I'll tell you what has motivated me. The idea that these wonderful books here could be the instrument in introducing Christ to them, to other people. The idea that I've seen 25 people baptized in this church because the Lord sent me out knocking on those doors. That was what has motivated me year after year after year. Just like when they thought about this message going clear around the world, they were motivated. The opportunity to advance our Heavenly Father's kingdom and out of gratitude for their own salvation. God, can you just imagine to not be saved, to not have this knowledge? My gratitude to God for what He has done for me, because the number one thing He desired none should be what? None. That's His desire. And He has saved me. Now I want to show my gratitude for what He has done for me by giving somebody else the opportunity to know Him. My life is so blessed. I'm blessed. Every day I have a ritual I go through. When I come downstairs, there's a little window looking out at a little farmhouse, and there's a church in the distance with the steeple. And every morning I stop at that window. And that's my place to say, oh Lord, I'm so blessed. I'm blessed. I don't have everything I want and everything I desire, but I am blessed. I'm blessed. Tell yourself that every day. You're blessed. We don't have to murmur and complain about what we don't have. That's why I told Jean to go to the book of Psalms. That's the praise book. Praise go up, blessings come down. And every time I've ever went in that book, I saw blessings come down. Praising God. So this is where they were. They were motivated by these things. They published, and these are the things they published. They published the first old book called Presentry. And that's where James White used nothing but the Bible, a torn, tattered dictionary, and much prayer. They published the Youth Instructor. This group of 14 people, the average age 23. They published the first Adventist hymnals, was published by these young people. Tracts presenting the belief of the Sabbath-keeping Adventists. They were the first team of publishers that began to publish this message. They were literature evangelists, people. Young adult workers, partaking of the vision, sowing the seed of the vision, accomplishing the mission of the vision, living a life of, who gave us that seminar? Who talked about purpose? They were living a life of purpose. They felt like that's why God had brought them on the scene at that moment, that they could be a part of heralding this great gospel message. What's your purpose? Why you been brought on the scene? What's your mission?
Joan, can you just mention the name Adventist and what the purpose was?
Yes, I certainly can.
Okay.
The word Adventist, of course, we know that means coming. It was about Christ's second coming. And of course, because they kept the seventh day, they called themselves Seventh-day Adventists. Those that keep the seventh day looking for Christ's second advent. Is that saying? Say it.
Why they first used it.
Oh, I'm going to share that. I'm going to share that.
I'm sorry.
We're going to talk about how they got the name. That's what you're talking about.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome stuff.